Okay, so welcome to another episode of our MBSE podcast and another episode of our MBSE Around the World series. And this time we are in China. Our guest is Xiang Lee. And since we are not good at pronouncing Chinese names, we call him Leo. So I first met Leo three years ago, I guess, at the MESCONF in Shanghai. And then again during a business trip. So usually the MESCONF, the Modeling of Embedded Systems Conference, which I co-organize, is held in Munich, in Germany, but we are open to other locations. So we were in China a few years ago. And this year, by the way, the MESCONF will take place virtually due to Corona, and you find more details at mesconf.de. So, but back to our guest. So Leo is, of course, active in the field of MBSE, but he can best tell you about that himself. So Leo, please introduce yourself.
Okay. Thank you, Tim and Christian. Hello, everyone. My name is Leo. Thanks for the Tim and Christian invitation. It's a great honor to be here today. I'm Leo, CEO of Sysgraph Lab. In 2017, I created a Sysgraph Lab. So we are providing MBSE consulting service and MBSE product and also project landing. Yeah, so okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. So Leo, what are the typical industries in China that use MBSE, and who are your customers typically?
Okay, in China, the typical industries using MBSE are aerospace enterprises, also auto industry, and high-tech companies. Yes, we contact many different kinds of customers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I guess we have so typically we in Germany think we have a large automotive industry, but I think in China it's much larger than in Germany. Yeah. So we have lots and lots of automotive vendors there. Yeah, okay. And what is typically the purpose of MBSE in that project? Is it used for the communication between the stakeholders, or to specify the product, or it's typically purpose to simulate the system? So what's the field of application of MBSE?
Okay, in my opinion, I think there are four main purposes. The first is complex system architecture management. The designer can use MBSE to represent system architecture. So they can build a complex system. This is the first one. Second is, I think, communication between the stakeholders. But I think many designers didn't see the value of the MBSE. So they need use diagram or picture or models to communicate. But I think different designers in different domains, they may not usually use MBSE to communicate. So I think there need more improvement. And the third, I think, is for rapid design and validation of conceptual design process. Trade-off multi-conceptual solutions. MBSE is very useful. The fourth, I think, design knowledge management. For example, knowledge representation, knowledge accumulation, knowledge reuse. Models in MBSE as a carrier of design knowledge, design experience, design data, especially relationships of knowledge. It's very important. So experienced designers can abstract, refine, and represent knowledge into different kinds of models and diagrams. It's very easy for knowledge reuse. So knowledge engineering and knowledge management is an old topic. but I think MBSE is very useful in this old topic. But we need more practice and application of MBSE. The last one, I think MBSE is very useful for evolution of cognitive process for complex design. From the perspective of cognitive science, design is an evolutionary process. You can also see design as a spiraling upward process. Models and diagrams is very useful and helpful for the process of deep thinking. So you can, like animation or simulation, and the animation is a process of different pictures, or we call frames. Design is a similar process. So I think MBSE is very useful. You can print your thinking into different models or diagrams, so you can think deeper and deeper. So this is a recognitive process. MBS is very useful. Yeah, and these 5 aspects is my personal cognition. Okay, yeah.
Okay, and what would you estimate? How well is MBSE used in China already?
Although we did a lot of practice, but China still has a long way to go. So we need to study or learn from foreign vendors or customers how they practice MBSE. So I think we need a lot of to study from the foreign counterparts, I think. Yeah.
Well, I think you're not alone with that. So MBSE is in most countries, I would say, at the beginning of the adoption. Although it is there for, well, around 20 years or so. It's hard to say where was the starting point of MBSE. Well, it would also be interesting to do a podcast about that. Yeah, but in most industry, it's the projects are at the beginning. Of course, there are some exceptions, and then it looks very interesting what you can do with MBSE. So that's wow. Okay. Yeah, another important part, of course, is the education of MBSE. So what do you think? What is the level of education of MBSE in China? Is it, for example, taught at universities already?
Okay, I think MBSE education is still at a relatively elementary level. Many universities don't have MBSE courses. Yeah, and there are not many courses that teach MBSE in universities at present. We need to strengthen it further, I think. But we have many trainings for customers for the different domains. We provide some training. That's also, that's it.
Okay. And maybe a side question. So are other tools taught in university, like, for example, Matlab or Simulink or something, which is more...
Yes. For example, simulation, some simulation tools has entered the universities, but MBSE tools is just the beginning at the present.
Got it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
We try to enter, for example, Shanghai Jiaotong University, and we cooperate with the Jiaotong University teachers. So we want to provide our tool to the students. Students can practice at the mechanical engineering courses. They can use MBSE tools to present a small system build a system architecture. So I think it's just the beginning. As right now, yeah.
Okay. And I was wondering, is there a local chapter of INCOSE in China? And do you have some MBSE working groups where people come together to exchange information on MBSE?
Yes. I hope there are so many working groups we can communicate or study, learn from each other. But there are not many high quality working groups in China. I went to United States. I take part in some meetings in there. But in China, I think they are not very high quality. So we need to improve it. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember the last time I was there, or at the MESCONF conference.
Yes,
we had the conference at a university in Shanghai. I don't remember the name of the university, but there I also talked to some of the professors there, and they also mentioned that MBSE is not taught at the universities. But if I remember correctly, they said that the unified modeling language, so the UML in the software engineering domain, is very common in China. Do you know that? Can you confirm that?
Yes, I joined different meetings or some groups to discuss how to use MBSE. But the Chinese counterparts, I think, need improve their professional skills or learn to different modeling language. So I think not very so many like MESCONF meetings in China. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you think it makes sense to do another MBSE conference in China? Is it?
Yes, but welcome to China. We can organize the meetings like MESCONF. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm very happy to do that.
Yeah, that was great. It was good fun and very interesting. Had a good time there. So it seems you have the typical challenges of MBSE, but maybe there are some specifics. So can you tell us a little bit about the challenges you observe of MBSE to adapt that in companies in China? So what are their problems?
Yeah, I think there are many challenges in China. For customers, I think the further maturity of Chinese market, Chinese customers need to improve their professional skills in terms of MBSE, especially in current digital era. How to restructure the research and the development process of complex system is a big challenge. For vendors, technology accumulation and exploration. We know that other countries have been doing MBSE practice for many years, but for Chinese vendors, it's still students. I think we still need to learn good experience from foreign counterparts, how to integrate different technologies and technical solutions in global is also a big challenge. So when we developing Sysgraph Modeler, so we find different vendors or technology companies from other countries. So how to integrate these different technical solutions is a very big challenge. And for MBSE ecosystem, in China, I think China need construct open ecosystems for MBSE researchers, vendors, and customers. It need a lot of work to do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is all challenges for Chinese vendors and customers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so you mentioned the modeling tool, the Sysgraph Modeler. So
Yeah.
could you give us a short overview of the tool? And maybe for our listeners of the podcast, this is the point where you should switch to the YouTube video that you can see what Leo will show us, but he will also tell us what we can see there.
Okay, no problem. I can share my screen.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Perfect.
Okay.
Yes.
And this is a video. We for 2 years ago we did this project. So you can look the whole interface, and there is a model tree. Here is a diagram or table. So you can see. First, we can import requirements from Excel. So the requirement is represented as a table. So you can see different requirements. And here is the requirements tree, the how to decompose requirements into different abstraction of level.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also see the requirement diagram. Designer can drag requirements elements into the diagram. You can also drag the requirements from model tree. So you can drag it into the diagram. You can also create different relationships between requirements. So now we create another requirement diagram. You drag a requirement, and you can also show the relationships of this requirement.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see the other new requirements is shown in this diagram.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, in the model tree, we can build a different package. Now we can conduct a requirements relationship. So you can choose the first requirement. You can also check which tab do you want to find. So the our product can show the relationships between different level requirements. So you can see how to decompose Plex overall requirements. And you can also show the relationships between requirements and structure. And here we just show the system architecture. You can see how to decompose a system block. There are so many subsystems or systems of systems, how to decompose systems. And we can also show the requirements, the relationships between requirements and structure.
What is the PXS system? Is it a...
It's a name of structure in nuclear domain.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And here we can see the requirements. You can link the requirements into the structure. So you can see what's the relationships between requirements and structure.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can create a the
table here. So is this a requirement?
Table. Yeah. So you can see a block, how many ports it has.
Okay. So it's an interface control document.
Yes.
Yes.
We call it ICD.
Okay.
Yes, we can see IBD diagram. So you can see in a block how this block is composed, be composed of different blocks. So here, this table can show the interface between different blocks, how they can connect. Here is a PAR diagram. So we integrate Matlab. There is a Matlab file. So you can drag this file into our product. So it analyzes it and as a computational model.
Can you execute it?
The input and output.
And can you execute it?
Yes. So when you input different values, and it can compute.
But the computation is done by Matlab, right? That's runs in the background.
Matlab is as a computational engine. And here we can see the block, how to satisfy a requirement.
It's amazing. Even if everything is in Chinese, I can understand what is shown because of because it's SysML compliant in its shapes.
And I know SysML now is SysML 2.0. So maybe SysML has a very big difference in 2.0. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That will be a big change.
Yeah.
Do you plan to implement SysML version 2?
Yes, we are studying SysML 2.0. So we are evaluating it, whether we can support 2.0.
Cool.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. And we can also export the model or date into Excel.
So that's the ICD table in Excel.
Yeah, yes, we can export the all of the model in our product. Yeah, if customer need some date, we can export it.
And do you have a REST interface also for the tool so that you can access via web services?
No, currently we didn't provide web service API or services to other customers. Okay, that's all. This is a very simple, brief introduction of our product.
Yeah, very good. So the last thing we saw is a document generation then, right?
Yes,
so
yes.
Also... Yeah, very good. Fantastic.
Yes,
okay.
we spent about 2 or 3 years to develop this product. So it's very not very maturity. Yes, we need a lot of work to do based on customers' requirement. And now we are trying to discuss with our customers. We provide some customized development for our customers.
And how many people are developing on this?
About 15 people.
Wow.
Yeah. We are a small team. Yeah. Spent nearly 2 years, 2.5 years.
All right. Yeah, very good.
And is the tool also available in English and so in other languages, or is it only available in Chinese?
Currently, we just providing a Chinese version. If some foreign customers want to have a try, we can provide an English version for them.
Okay. Yeah. And you said that you create customized versions of your tool. So is it only a configuration, or is it a real customized, so the special programmed stuff for the customer?
Sorry?
So is it, if you have a customized version for one of your customers, is it only a special configuration, or is it do you have to write source code for them and to create a specific version for the customer?
Okay, and now we don't provide a source code to our customers if based on our product. But if our requirement is new, we can provide not based on our product. We can provide source code to customers.
Okay. Yeah, and is Sysgraph the only SysML modeling tool in China? So a Chinese modeling tool?
Yes. Currently, we are Chinese too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. So,
but if we can have more discussions like today, we are very happy to provide our service to foreign customers. So we can discuss together, or we can have more meetings like today. So we are very happy to provide our services to foreign customers.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe someone is interested who's watching us in your tool. Okay. So, I have one more question about your tool. How's the model stored? Is it in a file on your hard disk, or is it in a database, or is it on a server?
Okay, and now our modeling tool is singly. It's just software. We stored our model and date in the disk. Yes. We did a lot of research. We tried to store our data into NoSQL database. For example, Neo4j, we can store our model into a knowledge graph. We did a lot of research and demo for that, but now we didn't integrate it into our product.
Okay. Yeah. But basically, it's possible then, for example, to store it in Neo4j, for example.
Yes.
So
Yes, we did a lot of demos for that. We also integrate speech recognition. The customer can ask a question, and then we translate it into text, and we analyze it. We can search in Neo4j and give the answer to customers. We did a lot of demos for that.
Very interesting. Yeah. I read you also did some work in the not specific for Sysgraph, but you also worked in the field of artificial intelligence, right?
Yes.
So that's one of your.
Yeah. Before Sysgraph, I play a role of AI researcher fellow in a company for many years. So we tried to different AI technologies, for example, machine learning and knowledge graph. So we did a lot of research, but if you want to landing the AI in real project, it's very a little difficult for now, right now.
Yeah, I think it's in the beginning, but it's a starting topic. So I read more and more about it, about AI in combination with MBSE, and so there's even a conference or a workshop here in Europe. It was held in Spain 2 years ago, and last year it was due to COVID only virtually. So it's also supported by COSI. That's a very interesting combination. Nice.
Absolutely.
Yes. So if you want to do AI research, you need more data or models. But for MBSE, the customers is just beginning to accumulate models. So you can represent your knowledge, experience into model. So you need to accumulate more models and data. But for
more data,
Chinese customers, I think it's just a beginning for MBSE. There are not many models, not many data in models. So we have a long road to go, I think. And after that, you can do many artificial intelligence practice. Now we don't have very models.
I think that's an issue, to have the data for AI technologies. Well, but it will come, definitely. Okay. Do you have any questions online, Christian? Are there any in our live channel?
No live questions. I think we are a little bit early today. For the European listeners, it's very late for you, Leo. I know.
Yeah.
So we have no live questions today.
Yeah.
But thank you for being with us. It was very interesting for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation.
Yeah, next time I'm in Shanghai, I will call you.
Oh, welcome. I saw him many times in Shanghai. Yeah,
we met at the MESCONF, and then during a business trip I did. And I was on a vacation in Shanghai, but then we had no time to meet, unfortunately.
Okay.
I was never.
Great city.
See you soon.
I was never in Shanghai. I also only was once in, I don't know if I pronounce it right, in Shenzhen.
Yeah. Okay.
To Huawei. That was very interesting to see. And yeah, maybe I make it to Shanghai
I know
sometime.
Huawei is doing a lot of MBSE projects now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's time for an MBSE conference in Shanghai.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so Tim, do you want to wrap up? Do you have any other questions?
Yes, I can. And well, normally we at the end we already publish the next topic and the next date, but this time we don't have one. So, but we are in the planning phase, so we have many options, but nothing is final yet. So listen to our channels on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and so on. So we will publish the next episode as soon as we have the date fixed and the guest, of course. Yeah, so yeah, thanks to Leo again. It was great to meet you again, at least virtually. And then the final thing, Christian, is...
of course, like always, trust us.
We are systems engineers.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, Leo. Bye-bye. Thank you.